And so soon we will be starting the podcast. Let's do that now. Hello, welcome to Day by Day. I'm so excited to bring this back. It's such a fun passion project to answer questions that you want to hear about mental health and Christianity, as well as play some of my favorite music. So let's get started. And by the way, if you're watching this live, feel free to leave any questions or song requests. But as we start, let's get started with the first question that I have, which was, what religion do you believe and why? Hey, Carados23, thank you for joining. Okay, so the religion I personally believe is Christianity. I believe it for several reasons. Number one, it was kind of what I grew up with, but even though I did grow up with it, I definitely went on my own spiritual journey with it of just questioning what I wanted, what I thought, and really reading the Bible and going into theology and just really being like, wow, I really do believe that Jesus saved us from our sins. So that was how I got into it. Love your background. Thank you, user 60. If you can't hear this, I have a pink background. Basically, this was a collage that I made on my door. It took a lot of work, so I'm really glad you appreciate it. And it's just very me and very fun. Anyways, let's go to the song. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship his holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul. I'll worship your holy name. The sun goes up, it's a new day dawning. It's time to sing your song again. Whatever may pass and whatever lies before me, let me be singing till the evening comes. Thank you, Bella.Rina333. That's very kind of you. Thank you. And thank you so much for saying your wall looks awesome. Must have taken forever more. Didn't take too long, but yeah, it was fun and I tried, but it was really cool. It was fun. Anyways, now let's get to question number 2, which was, what do I do if I've gotten help for my mental health and it hasn't helped? I think this is a very good question because number one, I think it's so much more common than people think, because I think a lot of people think, okay, I'm dealing with this mental health issue like anxiety, depression, anything really, OCD, and I took the step. I went to get help. I went to the doctor. I went to a therapist. I am doing what I'm supposed to do, and I still don't feel better. And the number one thing that if you're dealing with that, I want you to know is that it's normal. It happened to me as well. It's happened to me many times, and it's very frustrating. So you're allowed to kind of be frustrating, but you're also, I think, allowed to reevaluate and see if you can find help in another way. Because I'm a very strict believer in that one size does not fit all. One treatment plan or one type of therapy or type of medication or type of coping mechanism isn't going to work for everybody because we're all different. So I think it's about, just experimenting and finding what really will work for you and what makes you feel better with whatever issue you're dealing with. But don't beat yourself up or think like, oh my gosh, is there something wrong with me because this is working for somebody else and not working for me? It's just trial and error. And it's very frustrating because that can take a long time. But once you find what works for you and what helps you cope, it'll be so worth it. Oh, hey, over 9 _confused. That's super sweet. Thank you for joining and being so sweet. Now let's do the next song. You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown. Feet may fail. There I find you in the mystery. Your sovereign hand will be my guide. So I will call upon your name and keep my eyes upon the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, you are mine. Hey, over underscore 900. Hi, good evening to you as well, Nash underscore happy 90. Hope you're doing really well. And thank you so much for the 3 roses, Nana Ramiz. That I appreciate it. It means a lot. Thank you. Now let's get to the third question, which was, this is a pretty simple one, but do you believe in God? I do. I've just always believed that there's a higher power above us. I've always felt there's a reason why things seem to happen, and just that I was being guided and that there was something above me. And especially even when you're little and you kind of start to understand life, death, for me, that was just an ingrained belief. Hi, Salva Lessa Salvi. I'm doing good. How are you? I hope you're doing really, really well and having a great Saturday. Saturdays are great days. They really are. Thank you so much for sharing the live IDK what to put 1230. And by the way, I totally understand that, because whenever I've made social profiles, it's like every name that I want is already taken. And so I'm like, what do I even say? It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Hey, Liz Herta 0416. Okay, now let's go to the next song, which is one of my favorites. Oh, hi, Shane. Thank you so much for listening to my singing. That really means a lot, and I hope you're having an amazing Saturday as well. Lord, I need you. Oh, I need you. Every moment I need you. My one confess, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. You. Hey, Aaron Bronchio. Thank you so much for the pretty emojis, user 4795. Thank you, Salva. Leza Salvi, for saying my nose is pretty. That's kind. Thank you. That's very kind. I'm sure your nose is beautiful. I'm sure it is. Now let's go to the fourth question. Fourth question is, what do I do if I'm worried about my mental health? This is a good question, because I think a lot of us kind of deal with it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like all of us kind of struggle on mental health on some level. But I would say becoming more self-aware is very important to kind of know what you're going through, although like it depends on the person. I feel like some people are very naturally self-aware, some people need a little bit more therapy to get self-awareness, and talking to somebody I think is very important. But talking to somebody doesn't have to be a therapist, because I do think it's important to recognize that not everybody has access to a therapist, and also a lot of people have trust issues and have a hard time just like going to a therapist's office and spilling every detail and all their deepest, darkest secrets, which I totally understand. And it's also about finding the right person. So I think it's also about finding somebody you trust as well, and seeing like what level is it, because there are obviously different levels of when you're worried about your mental health. It could just be like, though it's still very valid, but you're just very anxious about the school year or anxious about your future, or it could be just sadness or even suicidal thoughts. So that it goes on all ranges. So I think it also depends, but overall, I think talking to people is great, because then somebody will know. But that doesn't have to be a therapist, it can also be anybody who you trust, because I think it's just the number one thing is that you trust them. Hey, Ave underscore the lion. I hope you're doing really well. And thank you so much for your kindness, because you're always very, very kind. Love your new song, Valentine. So fun for Valentine's Day. Thank you. I feel like this board is very Valentine-y. Maybe that's just me, but I don't know. I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high, every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Ooh, oh, you say I am strong when I can't feel a thing. You say I am held when I am falling short. And I believe, I believe what you say of me. Yes, I believe. Oh, Jamie Davy, thank you for that. That's very kind. I hope you enjoyed that song. Thank you, user 4795. Hope you're doing really well. And then let's go to the next question. Sorry, I'm doing it podcast because this will be a podcast later, and I'll edit it and put the music in, but like the real music, and then it'll be on Spotify later. If you miss any parts or care, I don't know. Anyways, when did you choose your faith? This is a question I get asked a lot. And I've always had some sort of faith or spirituality in a way. But I would say my faith really got very, very concrete when I was in middle school, I guess. Like elementary school, I still had it, but you're a kid doing whatever you want, kind of. And then in middle school, I kind of just had a lot more convictions. I always had a very strong conscience. I always had an annoyingly, like, almost guilty conscience, even when I didn't do anything wrong. And I've prayed every day since I can even remember. So it's really always been a part of my life, but I try to hopefully have it get stronger and stronger because, like anybody, I go through phases where my faith's really strong and then phases where not so much. So really my goal is to just always keep it as strong as possible and keep communication with God. Hey, so how's the new album doing? Thank you for asking, Ave underscore the line. It's doing very well, and I'm very, very excited about it. So thank you to everybody who streamed the album because it really means a lot to me. And I've said this so many times. I feel like I say the same thing every time, but it really is a passion project of mine, and I really enjoyed putting these songs out as an album. And I've always wanted to do an album. There's just something about an album that's very, very special. So even being able to do it was really, really cool. Now, next song. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, Christ is born. I do remember you, Jamie underscore Davy. You have been here since I know better, which is insane and so cool because now that was so long ago. It doesn't feel like it. It does feel like a while ago. I'm not gonna lie, it does. It feels like a long time ago. A lot has happened since then. Yep, we need to know that we're not always going to be comfortable, and that's where we need faith the most. I agree. It's almost like the times when you're turning away from faith is when you need it the most. 2019, you are an OG. Thank you, Jamie Davy. Hey, Megan underscore lifestyle 03. I sound like Britney Spears? Thanks. I love her. I think she's the queen of literally everything. I've loved her for a long time. So, yeah. Let's go to the next question. Next question. How do I know if I'm unwell? This is a difficult one to answer because I feel like it's kind of a personal subject, but I think it's also important. Anxiety is obviously being very worried about the future, having fearful. So if you feel yourself being a little bit more fearful than normal, and then depression is mainly a lot of hopelessness. So if you really feel hopelessness or you just don't feel like yourself, because I don't know about you, but with me, when I don't feel like myself, I can tell. Like I've had really weird times when I wake up and I do things that I just normally would not do, and or don't stick to my normal routine and end up doing weird stuff and just out. Like I just think if you're making choices that are out of your character, that's kind of an indicator that something could be wrong with the mental health when it comes to if anxiety is making you do that or depression or whatever, because it's the worst feeling for me. I hate it. How often does that happen? I have to control it, but like it was kind of bad like 2 months ago, but I've gotten a lot better, and I still have to like fight those thoughts to like do things that I normally wouldn't do and that are not I don't want to do, but it gets a lot better because especially when you know. I think when you're self-aware and you know, and well, because here's the thing, sometimes like I don't know, I feel like sometimes when you get up and you start making decisions that you normally wouldn't, sometimes it's a little bit like you know you're doing it and it's bad, but you do it anyways because you just aren't in that space. But when you know and you want to be in a good space, then hopefully you won't do that. Do you get stressed around people? It depends on the person. I feel like it's usually the person's. This sounds horrible, but just there's some people who they have they just have a little bit more judgment to them or just harshness that I get stressed around. But it really just depends around about the person, their demeanor, and their vibe. It's been a while since your first song, but I'm not ready to accept that so much time has passed since COVID. I know, it's so crazy how much has passed. It's really crazy. Just listen to my type. Thank you, Alexandra North. Over. The production sounds great. Oh, thank you. Sounds really good. Hope you are proud. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to my type. My type is one of my favorites and it was really fun to make. So thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate the stream. So that's awesome. Thank you. I love you. And hope you have a great day. And the next song, hold me, wrap me in love, fill my cup empty. Grab me in love, fill up my cup, 'cause I'm hollow. Yeah, I'm hollow. Yeah, I'm hollow. Yeah, I'm hollow. And if you don't know, that's a Tori Kelly song, and it's so good, and I love it so much. Yeah, let's do it. Next one. What is your idea of what God looks like? A lot of people ask me this a lot because I think it's interesting, if somebody is a believer to see if you have the same image, and if somebody's a non-believer, just what they think. So basically, my idea of God is kind of like a parent, but a good parent. Because not all of us have parents who are great, I'm sure. I don't know. But like a really good parent who really cares about you and loves you, but is still, strict and wants you to obey, but really loves you more than anything. That's kind of how I see God. And in the Bible, it says we're children of God. So that's been my personal view of God. Hope. Let's do it. She saw a little girl struggling. I'll do Let It Go next too. It broke her heart. Nobody believed in her. Thought she couldn't do anything right from the start. That's all she ever heard. One gray afternoon, she looked in the mirror and said, I've got it for you. Anything you wanna be will succeed. All you gotta do is believe. I've got it for you. Push it to the limit till the limit breaks free. All you gotta do is believe. A little blind faith goes a long way. A little blind faith goes a long way. The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. The wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in, heaven knows I tried. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Oh, now they know. Let it go, let it go. I'm one with the wind and sky. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and say goodbye. Here I stand in the light of day. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway. That's fun. I love that. I'm gonna put the podcast off for that one. Um, everything I see, everywhere, everything, everyone I see is in our Creator. He is all of it. I love that so much. I think that's so beautiful, and it's so great when you have that outlook. And because I know for me, I always want to see that, and it's amazing when you can like even see a beautiful day and see God in it. It's so special. Hi Justin, how are you? Hope you're having a great day. And then let's do some Adele and Playdate. Let's do it. When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case. Thank you, Happy 7052. That means the world to me. Thank you for listening to my music. I love that. Thank you so much for listening. I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. Oh, I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I will never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. No doubt in my mind where you belong. Oh, thank you, AV underscore the line. I don't know if that's true, but that's very sweet. And thank you, user 4794. And thank you, GRoss17. And thank you, CXC.alert. That's so sweet. And then Playdate. Let's do that. I love that song. You call me on the telephone, you feel so far away. You tell me to come over, there's some things you wanna play. I'm walking to your house, nobody's home, just me and you and me alone. We're just playing hide and seek, it's getting hard to breathe. I'm through my teeth with you. I don't wanna play no games, I'm tired of always chasing after you. I don't really care about you anyway. Whoever said I even care about you? You never share your toys or communicate. I guess I'm just a play date to you. Oh, 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 that's so sweet. Abe underscore the lion. Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. And hey, RL underscore 200. Thank you. That's so kind of you. I appreciate it a lot. And then the next question, how do I deal with an experience that I can't let go of that's still in my head? Well, number one, I'm very sorry you're dealing with that because I've had a lot of experiences like that and they are just the worst. So number one, no, you're not alone. Like I have certain experiences in my life that were very traumatic and that still will keep me up at night and it's very difficult. So I totally feel you and I'm sorry you had to go through that. But I would say trying to find new things can help, or at least that's helped me in my experiences. Because it depends. Sometimes, if there's an experience, you can kind of correct the wrong in a little bit by learning and growing from the experience as much as you can try to. But sometimes it's just too hard to even think about. And I think focusing on your future and trying to not focus on your past, trying to let it go. Obviously, you do need to deal with it and talk about it because that can be very therapeutic and healing, but talk to the right person about it. That's like number one, because I had certain experience where it was just so on my mind, I couldn't not talk about it. And so I talked about it with somebody who I shouldn't have talked to about it, and it went really bad, and it kind of made it worse in a little bit. So if you're going to say it to somebody, make sure it's somebody you can trust, but also focusing on things that you can do in the future that are bright, and knowing that that experience is an experience you had. Hopefully you can grow and learn from it. Sometimes it's just so awful you can't even think about it, but also knowing that that doesn't define you. That was one experience in your life, and the future will be a lot better and brighter. And keeping that hope and faith helps me a lot. Hey, Brit Bomb Diggity. I love that. I love that username. Hi, thank you so much for joining. Over underscore 900. Thank you for the hearts. That's so sweet. Well, thank you, Ave underscore the lion. That's sweet. I hope I say the right things because sometimes I'm like, to answer advice questions is a lot. And again, I'm not a therapist. You know that. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not trained. I'm just telling you my experience and what I think would help. Alba Espanol. Oh, do you speak Spanish? I don't speak Spanish, but I have some very fun Spanish projects coming up that I'm really hoping you'll enjoy. Hopefully. I really hope you do, at least. And then, do you think you need to go to church to be religious? That's an interesting one. Obviously, I think that having a community, especially a community that believes in faith as well, can really help your faith. Because I've been around people who have kind of made me feel bad for my faith or feel stupid, and I feel kind of ashamed to say this, but in some ways it's diminished my faith a tad. Not anymore, because I've learned that's their problem, and I having faith doesn't make me stupid; it makes me smart. But a lot of people kind of tried to make me feel bad for it, and being around people who have strong faith can help strengthen your faith. Um, but I don't think you necessarily have to go to church to be religious. I think what matters is your salvation and your prayer and your personal relationship with God. That's one on one. I think that's the most important thing because you can go to not faith. You can go to church every single Sunday. You can go to church on every Sunday service. You can go to church like 5 times a week. I don't think that's possible, but yeah. And not even listen to what the sermon says and do unchristian things. So I don't think that's the end all be all. Oh, thank you, user 8086. Thank you. I'm happy you agree. The next question. Oh, and this is the last question. Do you feel overwhelmed by anxiety? Do you ever feel overwhelmed by anxiety? So do I feel overwhelmed by anxiety? I think we all do sometimes. It's a natural feeling in a way. I've gotten a lot better. When I was young, like I'm talking like 5, I used to be super, super anxious. And luckily, as I've aged, matured, my anxiety is a lot better than it used to be. But it's still a process and it's still there sometimes. And so, of course, I feel overwhelmed. But when I feel overwhelmed, I just try to deep breathe. Also, like even having a planner helps, having some kind of plan, a backup plan, kind of like maybe it's bad, like over planning things, but kind of just letting myself be like, be okay. And then also faith helps my anxiety a lot because when I feel myself getting very anxious about whether it's what I have to do today or just the future, I really just end up saying, I'm not trusting in God. So I just need to trust in God with my future because God has the best plan for me and it will all work out the way it's supposed to. And I want to follow His will so I don't have to be super anxious. Oh, hi from Boston, Massachusetts. That's so cool. I love Boston. I've always wanted to go to Boston, Massachusetts, and I'm really hoping to be able to go there in the next few years. That'll be everything. Hey, beautiful Bostono67. Oh my gosh, I love that username too. That's amazing. Thank you for joining. I hope you're having an awesome day and you're having a good day in Boston. Is it cold there? Is it cold? Is it like 6 degrees? I don't know. I don't know if I could handle that, but I wish I could live in Boston. And then we are having a blizzard. That's kind of ruining my plans to move there because I don't know if I can handle a blizzard. But for Boston, it seems like such a beautiful city. I would do that. I heard the East Coast is freezing. I know it is. It stinks because there are things I love about the East Coast, but I'm very spoiled to live in a place where there's a warm climate. So I feel like that would be very difficult to give up because I like the sun, I don't like being cold. So yeah, 24 inches of snow. Oh my gosh, beautiful Boston night, 67. I am praying for you to keep warm. I hope you have some type of heater or a fire or a warm beverage or a coat or a blanket and praying that you warm up and that it clears up soon. Although I don't know if it will because it's Boston, but hopefully it will. Did you manage to get the old account back? Because everything over there has been removed or it's just banned. I didn't get it back, and I actually don't know what happened with that because they blocked me on this account. So I went on another account and like tried to see what was going on, and I couldn't find it. So I think it just I don't know. Either the hackers decided to delete the account, or maybe it got banned because a lot of people were reporting it. So that could have happened. And they were doing wrong things in my name, which I don't appreciate it. So I reported them a lot. So hopefully Instagram did the thing and got banned. But I'm kind of sad I didn't get it back, because that would have been nice to get it back. But Instagram ignored me when I said it was hacked, but then they'll ban the account. Like, okay, Instagram, whatever. Yes, but I love winter clothes. Me too. So I don't get to use them here. Haha. That's so funny. I feel the same exact way. I'm like, ooh, I don't want snow and I don't want cold weather, but I want a puffer jacket and boots. Good they aren't using your name anymore. Yeah, for sure. Hi Mia. Hope you're doing really well. Love that name, by the way. And then I thought we would end for real. Haha. Yes. Because winter clothes are so cute. They are the cutest. And gloves, a little beanie. It's a vibe. Anyways, let's end with a verse since this is day by day. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadows due to change. James 1:17 ESV. I love that because it's basically saying every good thing is from God. And it's kind of like what AV_the line was saying earlier, where it's like you see God everywhere and everything. So I encourage you to keep that faith. Love you so much. I was confused. Oh my gosh, I was confused when I received a crypto investment post from you. Yeah, that's not my thing. Although I am doing something with like crypto soon that I'm going to be posting about. So I really hope that people don't think I'm hacked again. But it's different. It's not like Bitcoin or like a scam or anything like that. Hi, Mia. Hope you have a great day. Anyways, I'm going to go. But thank you so much for joining. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow for Worship Sunday, which is super fun. So, and I hope you enjoyed my super awesome background. Is this the best background you've ever seen? And if you want to know some of the pictures, it's Marilyn Monroe. It's Baby Looks So Cool. It's a rose because roses are my favorite flower. It's good vibes, all the feels, balloons because I'm obsessed with balloons. But anyways, I'll give you a tour of my wall some other time. Although I could do it now because there's Paris because I've always wanted to go to Paris. And actually when I was little, I used to have a Paris themed room. So I thought I'd kind of add that in there. Crypto is just too deep waters for me. I know, right? Like you have to like get a wallet, like it's a wallet and stuff. And I don't even understand the currency, like how it translates to dollars at all. Anyways, gotta go, but love you so much. Have a great rest of your day. And you'll get a tour of my wall some other, if you want it. Nobody asked for it, so yeah. But bye. Love you. Have a great day. First of all, bye Instagram. And then second of all, bye YouTube and Twitch.